We are back, baby. We are back.
We're back. Yeah. Classic.
We are back. We are back.
Now loose puck, grabbed by Paul. He's over the line. Mathis Paul in, scores! Mathis Paul makes a beautiful move from his backhand to the forehand and shoots it past the glove of Michael Ursula. One-timer Nicolay missed. Rebound. Bounces around. Still loose in front of the net. Ursula's down. It's still loose in front. They score! And that goal will go to Keats Fawcett and scores goal number 30 this season. Here's Wagner, middle point from Clausen on the power play. Right wing side, Reese Hamilton to the middle. He shoots, scores! Reese Hamilton steps in off the line and rips the puck into the top corner. His 7th of the season, and Miette a pass on the left wing side, cut him off, backhands the puck into the middle. Miette all alone as he steals it, goes to the backhand and scores! That's the 11th of the season for Ellis Miette, who strips the puck away from the Raiders defender and walks in and beats the goaltender with the backhander. Maddox Schultz in the D zone, fights his way out to center, cut him off, connects with Lancer, drives over the line, he gets through, Lancer all alone, backhander stop, rebound, score! Maddox Schultz cleans up the rebound, his 14th of the year. Allard shoots, rebound in front of the net, it's still loose, great save by Schlenker.
Great save to come across on a potential rebound into the back of the net. Schlenker looking sharp on that one.
Zach Lancert busting over the line and gets checked by Lavoie. Left corner, Lancert cuts in front. He shoots and a pad save. Rebound! Oh my! They score! And look who it is! His 5th game of the season! Maddox Schultz from an impossible angle! And here's Zach Moore the other way. Moore across the Brandon line. Hands it off to Chase Eglin. Centering pass. McNutt fires! Scores! It's your captain, Ephraim McNutt! Hayden Brown grabs the puck in center, a long pass for him. In over the line, Miette, backdoor play, they score! What a goal by Cohen Clausen. Round to Miette, to Clausen, left circle, tic-tac-toe into the back of the net. And Clausen picks up his 14th of the year. Nicolay sends it deep. Ruslan cut him off, slides it in front. Here's a wide open Lancert, and he scores! His 24th for the year, and Zach Lancert in front of friends and families.
Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. It's episode 234 on March 22nd. We're back. We're back, baby, in the playoffs. Hey, Kevin.
Oh goodness, that was close. But yeah, we're back in the dance. It's holy man.
Yeah, nailed it.
If you saw my picture in the Zoom chat right now, my hair is like a mad scientist because I was too busy pulling on it. But man, that was something. The last couple weeks was something.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, all they needed is 1 point against Brandon in one of the games, and
couldn't get one. That was kind of shocking.
It got kind of sketchy there at the end, having to depend on Red Deer to lose to Medicine Hat.
I mean, that's not unsurprising, them losing both games.
And then having Swift Current split the Moose Jaw Swift Current home and home, winning the game in Moose Jaw, like that's got to sting even worse.
Moose Jaw goes to Swift Current, beats them on Friday night. Okay, Moose Jaw's still alive, and they come home Saturday night and then lose. I mean, I would have liked to see Moose Jaw win and pass Red Deer and Regina. And Regina would have finished in 8th. And I mean, the outcome isn't going to be any different if you play PA or Medicine Hat. But I think maybe we'll get into it later. I think the games would have been a little more palatable, I think, against PA. But we'll see what happens, right?
I think it would have been. Yeah, we'll chat after.
Yeah,
going through these games real quick.
It was just surprising. Yeah, that Moose Jaw couldn't get it done at home. But
yeah, well, I figured Swift Current would split because they had something. They had pride. They were playing a little bit of pride. They didn't totally fold the tents, I guess. But
yeah, no, that's for sure. That's good on them for playing spoiler and taking somebody down with them. So
oh yeah,
I'm sure they were loving it. Right?
It doesn't hurt my feelings any.
No, it doesn't. No, Moose Jaw not making it.
it does kind of sting that the Pats have to play Medicine Hat because
Yeah,
yeah, Medicine
that's
Hat, it's Medicine Hat.
I know, right?
But eighth
Hey,
is PA. It's like either way, you're going to be playing against a team that has like
100.
50-ish wins or
Yeah,
more.
exactly. So, but
Both had 50
anyways,
wins,
yeah,
I guess.
50 and
So
52.
both
Yeah,
50 win seasons. So it's like,
yeah,
yeah,
not
it's gonna
not.
be it's gonna be it's gonna be a short series probably. I
Yeah,
hope I hope it goes a little bit more than the shortest possible, but I don't see it happening.
yeah,
Just don't have the firepower.
no. All right, let's get into these games quickly. We'll go through them. We'll go through our awards, and we'll touch on maybe the playoffs as a whole at the later on. So, but I mean, yeah, these three games, you need 1 point. We're not going to ramble too much about these three
Just one
losses.
point. One
One,
point.
and I mean, okay, you start off in PA, like, you jump ahead to the third period. You're going into third period down 4-1, but you score
In the
two
first
goals.
first 9 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Like I listened to the first two periods on the radio, so I wasn't watching it, but I flip it on, I don't know, 5 minutes into the third. I'm like, okay, it's 4-2. Then they get the power play. Hamilton scores. I'm like, all right, 4-3. And then, and then it just all
And then
went
it
down.
was bang, 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 bang,
And it went
bang.
downhill
Bang.
from there. Like they score 3 goals in 2 minutes, a minute after Hamilton scores. And I'm just like, oh, all right, I guess
Yep.
we're not, you know, we're not getting a close game here, close finish.
Nope.
Yeah, just
It's like
wheels
bang,
just
bang,
fell off.
bang, literally.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate. I don't know, what did the first two periods look like to you,
Oh
Kevin?
man, I'm a stress watcher, and I was having a hard time watching it, especially when they got the 3-1 lead.
Yeah,
I was like, oh man,
yeah, you're kind of thinking it's kind of over there, curtains right,
yeah.
3-1. That's kind of what I was thinking. That you get 3-1, and then they score the fourth one not too long after that. And just listening to it, I'm like, yeah, 4-1 PA. It's probably, yeah, like I said, it's probably curtains. But hey, you got to give them credit. They kind of got back into it, and then again, just yeah, didn't
And then
didn't
they pull
happen
Schlenker after the sixth goal. Mooney comes in, makes his WHL debut, and they score like a minute on, like less than a minute on him. Like I
first
felt so
shot.
bad for him. First shot, felt so bad. But hey, he got in there,
Yeah, got some
made a couple
experience.
saves against a good team.
Okay, gave up
What did he make?
two
Seven
on
saves.
10, two on 9. He gave up 2 on 9.
Yeah, he
So
made 7 saves against a pretty good team. So hey, he
yeah,
can play at this level. Maybe stats don't look good, but he can play at
yeah,
the
yeah.
level.
Well, see what happens. Maybe he's pushes next year, right? So pushes for a spot. See what happens. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, you weren't expecting too much going into PA, but I mean, they were there. They had a chance, right? But it
Oh yeah.
just, yeah, unfortunate that it just fell apart. But
Just a
um,
little bit.
Fawcett with his 30th. They haven't had a 30 goal scorer since Mr. 98. So I don't think, not off the top of my head, did Howe have 30?
I think he did he not?
I don't know. He might have. Now that I think about it, I don't know. It's just, I mean, offense hasn't been too plentiful
No,
the last
Howe
couple
had
of years, right?
28,
28.
28 and 23, 24. So yeah, his first 30
Yeah.
goal scorer since Connor Bedard
Yeah.
and Suzulev and Howe that year.
Yeah. They all had 30. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 or more.
Um, yeah. So, nice to see that. And then, yeah, I don't know what else you got from this game. I mean, yeah, like I said, just kind of cruise through these unfortunate losses here.
Yeah. I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, okay. And then was that Leonard and Nicolay play? Yeah, they both played. Was that their first games? Yeah, Leonard, he only
That was
played the
Leonard's
one game.
first. I think that might have been Nicolet's second.
Okay. But yeah, Leonard, he only got the one game.
Yeah.
And then yeah, going into Brandon, so Nicolay, uh seeing him on Friday night, I mean, he didn't look out of place. He looked pretty good for a 15-year-old out there.
Yeah, for sure. Like
I
you
mean,
can't complain with this game at all.
no, I mean, he didn't play a ton in the third period, but He got a regular shift in the first two periods, right? And yeah, so I mean, he's got the size, like 6'1", 170. Like
Yeah,
that's
he's definitely not a small little dude out there or anything.
no for being 15. Well, I guess 16 now.
Well,
But
still classified as 15.
still classified as 15. But yeah, had his birthday um last month. But yeah, I mean, he
Three
kind of
three fif- three 15-year-olds playing in that game.
yeah, right. You get Schultz and Pugh in that game as well. Obviously, being the home game, Schultz's last game, Pugh's penultimate game of his eligibility.
Yeah.
Like, and it was the Schultz show. Like, man, they rely on him a lot now. Like,
Oh yeah.
he's really come on, like we've said before, and
Oh yeah.
score a couple out of the three goals. Yeah,
Yeah. He's driving your offense.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, you go down again. You're down 3-1 in this game, and then you get two quick ones in the third period. Early in the third period, McNutt with his like fifth goal against Brandon. Like he really hot against Brandon. Um, but then the icing, and
Icing,
you
timeout.
take the timeout. Not a bad decision. You know, it's mid third. It's a tie game. You take a timeout, and then you lose the draw clean. Like
Yep.
clean, D man to D man, boom, back of the net. Like, oh, that was tough. And then not be able to really generate much after that. The last 10 minutes of the game, like they
Yeah.
just didn't have much. Like they didn't really have a chance. He pulled the goalie, and pretty early he pulled the goalie. Like they scored with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah. Pulled him
Um,
pretty early, and then yeah, it was.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was again. I mean, they've had some close games with Brandon. They've had some shootouts with Brandon. They started Kraus in this game. He has way better numbers against.
It was Kroos's first game since the end of February, or near the end of
Yeah,
February too. Almost a month.
almost a month for him, but he has better numbers against Regina than Ruzicka does.
Ruzicka.
So,
Ruzicka's got the fight against the Pats, so that's all that matters.
but yeah,
the
so
the news of this game before the game, the Pats were potentially going to have to play Miet on defense. He was a question mark on defense
yes, because they
because
had
they
so many
weren't sure.
scratches.
They weren't sure about the whole Nicolay situation because you're not allowed to have 315s without permission. So they must have had permission to have Nicolay play. But
And
then
yeah,
during warm up, you see Miet out there, which we expected, but no Fawcett. So I guess Fawcett must have got
that
hurt.
was a late scratch,
He got hurt during
like warm-up,
pregame
warm-ups.
warm up.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? So
I
pregame
know.
warm up. So
So it's a lower
so
body injury Dante mentioned on Saturday night's pregame.
So was he doing some sewer ball and got a little bit overzealous or what? I don't know, but
yeah,
that's gonna hurt. The 30-goal guy
Exactly.
out, missed the last two games of the season. So hopefully it's just whatever, play out the string. Don't get hurt for the playoffs kind of
or
injury.
yeah, like was it safety thing or was it he's
Yeah.
out, right? And I know talking to the guys after Friday night, like not the Tuesday tiebreaker was like the last thing they wanted to do, right? Then you got to
Yeah.
prepare for a game, and then you don't get that time off, right? Like
Yeah.
because you play Tuesday, and then you got to play Friday if you win somewhere, right? On
Yeah,
the road.
exactly.
You're going to Moose Jaw, not that it's far, but so you got to
It's just that extra game
in the
that
middle
they
of
don't
the
have
week.
to play that they don't have to play
Yeah.
now, which is
Yeah, which is
speaking
huge.
of talking to the guys after the game. The media that media was pretty fun after the Friday game.
Yeah, you think so?
It was hilarious. You could tell how much Evan loved it. I know you're listening, Evan, but I know how much you loved it. Good old Daryl asking some questions that have nothing to do with the game, and
Yeah, he
yeah.
was writing for whatever Monday morning or whatever.
Yeah, so a Sunday column for Monday morning, and he was asking questions about what if.
yeah,
What
yeah,
if.
right.
It's like, oh,
What
my
if you play
goodness.
Medicine Hat? What if you play PA? So he's getting answers for both ways. Then I was like, well, what if they play Moose Jaw on Tuesday and they don't even play Medicine Hat or PA? He's like, oh yeah, really? Ooh.
Oh man,
So, but
I'm
yeah,
curious if there's going to be media there in the playoffs. I know it's going to be a short playoff, but I wonder if there's actually going to be some
maybe
media.
show up. Hasn't been any all year. Literally,
Very, very little,
wow.
if at all. Yeah. I wonder if Access is going to cover the playoffs.
I'm sure they would.
That'll be interesting too.
It won't. It's during the week, so TV bingo, and what's the other one? That Spencer said that they get phone calls saying, "Where's my the Walter Ostenak?"
Yeah,
That,
Walter Austin,
that
the
gets
dancing,
that
the
gets preempted.
Pokerama,
Pokerama, there we go. That gets preempted because of the Pats game, and they get calls like saying, "Where the
So
hell's my
I
Pokerama?"
wonder if they'll show the road games.
I don't
Interesting.
know. Yeah,
Thinking about that as we're recording.
yeah, talking talking this out, but yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's disappointing, Brandon. You get yeah,
It's
you get
4-3, two empty net goals makes it look
yeah, it's
way
a four
worse than
three
it
game.
was.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was a good game. I mean, it was nothing to sneeze at. Like it was just yeah, it was a 4-3 game, right?
Yeah,
And so it was just tough just to not to get it to overtime or even get the win in regulation, right? So,
yeah, for sure.
but yeah, real tough there because then you leave it to Sunday or Saturday here in Brandon, and then you got to go on the road to get a point now, right?
Yeah,
So, and then yeah, I mean, you take the lead after they open the scoring, you get a couple quick ones in the second, and then after that, nothing, right?
yeah,
Like, and then you pull the goalie again late, and again can't I don't really remember them generating much. They didn't pull the goalies early, I don't think. What's the
not quite.
time?
No, it was quite a bit later. It was like only a minute and a bit left.
Yeah, it's out at 8:20, 18:28. Tabby.
One thing that was wild with this game, the Pats didn't take a penalty.
Yes.
That
So
that blew my mind.
so there was one play. Obviously, you saw it and I didn't. I was listening to it on the radio at
the
this
the
point.
Miette, the hold or whatever on
Okay,
Miette.
I saw that one. I saw that one. But early in the game, and there was a clear trip or something, and they didn't call it. And Dante's like, the ref went over to the bench, and he said he saw him say, "My bad, you'll get the next one." Right?
I don't know if Dante
Yeah,
saw that whole. It's
but
the ref's probably like, my bad, I missed
yeah,
it.
yeah, I missed it.
Whatever.
So whatever happens.
Not
But
like I owe you one because that
well,
would
that's
be
what he
that would
said.
be not good.
No,
I
I
know.
know, right? So I mean they had the whole Miette debacle. He gets hooked on a or held or whatever the call was
On a
on a
partial break.
breakaway. Yeah, right. And then the arm goes up right away. You see the arm go up, and then
Yeah.
Brandon picks up the puck and goes all the way down the other end of the ice. And Dante's like, "What? How are we getting
What's
the
going
penalty?"
on?
Yeah.
I
And then
saw
he
the arm go up. I'm like, is Miette getting a penalty for holding the stick or something?
Yeah, that's what I
But
was thinking too. Yep.
he had the puck and he was holding. I was like, and then they blew it and they're like, oh well, it's the other way. It's like,
But
what the heck?
but first Miette was going to the penalty box.
Yeah,
And then
it's
McNutt told him, "Hey, it's not you. Get out of the penalty box."
It's
It was
it's
wild.
it's game 68 of the season, and the
Struggling.
referees are still struggling. It blew my mind. Like I could see that happening in the preseason or like a couple
Yeah.
games into the season, but not the end of the season.
Yeah, it's a
But
couple
holy
guys
man.
that do games. It's not like it's a
Yeah,
random guy either.
they're not rookies or anything like
No.
that. Like they're vets. It's
Yeah.
like, what's going on here?
Yeah, they kind of struggle. But yeah, so then I mean, the Pats was that their second power play? No, that was the first one. That's
Yeah.
and then they got a power play in the third, and that was it. Pats got two power plays, and they didn't take a penalty. So,
Yeah, that's
but
mind blowing.
one thing to mention, in the last, I don't know what, 2-3 weeks, the power play has really struggled. Like it was,
Oh, it's dried right up.
and that's kind of one thing maybe we haven't mentioned. Is maybe a key to these losses, right? Like you're not getting a power play goal or two where they were, they were top 5. Their power play was right. It's still like mid pack, but it's you said it was like down to 11% in the last 2-3 weeks, which is
It's way down. Yeah. for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. So like it's not been good lately. Because yeah, 0 for 2 in Brandon, 0 for 2 versus Brandon. And then what was in PA? You got
They're 4 for the last 37.
4 for 37. So that's just like what 11,
10.81%.
Yeah. So you got one in PA. So one in the last 3 games. But yeah, it hasn't been good for a couple weeks now. So that's tough, right? You gotta
Yep.
capitalize on those opportunities when you get a chance. You gotta score, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
what else you got from this weekend? Anything else?
The jersey auction for the white jerseys was pretty
Yeah.
amazing. There's a couple of A couple jerseys went for pretty good bucks.
How about
Everyone
that?
sold, which was nice.
How about that Lancet price?
Whoopsies.
Yeah, it went for
Someone accidentally did 45,000 bucks or whatever it was on it.
yeah. I think it's supposed to be
Whoops.
451, but it was 45,100. They missed the decimal
Whoopsies.
point there, but so I wonder what they end up paying. They probably paid 450 because
Yeah,
that was the
it's
high actual bid. So
yeah, that would be my guess. Like they clearly didn't mean to put $45,000 because
no,
that's
that's that's a
one
little
of those
much.
things.
What did Schultz's go for? 25.
2,500. I'm trying to find the auction. Where did it go? Had it open, but then I accidentally closed it.
I think it was about 25, and
Yeah,
then
it goes
Pew,
25 or something like that.
yeah, 20, and Pew was over 1,000, and yeah, that's I think Bridgman was
Pew's
up
went
to
for 1,025. Schultz's
Bridgman
went
was
for 25.25.
yeah, and Bridgman was 800. Like that was
Uh,
surprising.
let's see. Bridgman 800, yeah, even.
Yeah, and then
Um,
I think that's about the three kind of, and Lancer the four kind of high ones.
McNutt's 450.
Yeah, I
A
mean they
few,
started at
quite a few
300,
300. Yeah.
so
Cohen's went for $400.50. But yeah, everybody else is like everybody. Well, Fawcett's was four.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, and
everyone sold, which was nice to see.
yeah, and like I said, it's the last time they're wore the whites, so they're retiring
Yeah,
them.
the retired the 3 year alts.
Yeah, quick little run, but yeah, see what happens next year.
I'm sure they got something in store.
Like I
The
said,
player
just
awards, their player
okay.
awards,
You want to
Pat's
go?
awards, and they don't have them on the website for some reason. Top scorer, Caden Brown, of course. Unsung hero went to Jace Egland. Most popular was Caden Brown. Rookie, Mathis Paul. Sportsmanlike player was Reese Hamilton. Defenseman was McNutt. Scholastic player was Cohen Clausen. Community service was Bridgman back to back. Player of the year was Merrick Schlenker. And the 3-star awards was Schlenker, Fawcett, and Maddox Schultz. And like I
That's for the
said,
second half too. So
yeah.
yeah,
So for whatever reason, they don't have an article on the Pats website. So I just happened to have it typed up.
good old Kevin's got it. He's got it
Whoopsie,
covered.
Dante. Where is it, Dante?
Is it just not on the main page? Is it in the?
I'm looking. I'm looking all over. I don't see it.
Because that main page doesn't show all the articles. You have to go
I
into
know. I
more.
did the view all, and
Yeah, it's
I
still
don't
not
see it.
there. All right.
Whatever. I had them.
Yeah. So you want to go on to ours now?
Yeah, sure. Why not? You tell me which one we want to, which one you want to hear, and we'll do that one.
Well, we'll start with whatever, I guess.
Sportsmanlike player.
Sure. Go start with that.
We handed out a bunch of ballots. We got 16 back that were completed. There was a few that were partially completed. We asked people not to vote for Schultz and Pugh because technically they're affiliated players. Some people didn't listen or didn't read. So there's a few votes mishmashed in, but they didn't win any awards. Next year they'll win awards, I'm sure, because
Yeah.
they're going to be running the show. Sportsmanlike player, out of the 16 votes, Dave Sturcatch got 7 firsts and 2 seconds. He ended up with 29 points. Egland ended up with 16 points. Caden Brown had 12. We had how many?
Yeah, Dace was six penalties all season. That's that's kind of
Yeah,
obvious.
pretty good. Pretty good. With 12 different players got votes for sportsmanlike player. Biggest surprise. We've always said it's either good or bad. We don't say it. It's like you pick you think
Yeah,
the
whatever
biggest
you
surprise
think.
good
Yeah.
or bad. And this year 20 players got votes. And the one with the most votes was Ruslan Karimov with 4 firsts, 4 seconds, and 2 thirds for 22 points. Schlenker ended up in second with 2 firsts, 3 seconds, and 2 thirds for 14 points. And then Ephraim McNutt, he got third place with 2 firsts and a third.
Yeah, I think that's those first two, Karimov and Schlenker. Obviously, Schlenker being a 9th round pick, a guy that they brought in just because they needed a body, and
Yeah.
he ended up being your starter. And
And the real team MVP. So,
yeah, and the Pats MVP
yeah.
choice. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. And then Krimov, like he had what he had, I think he had 17 or 18 goals last year in Sarnia, but they decided to move on from him.
Yeah,
And I mean, he had that this year, and I've mentioned it a few times. I really liked his game. He back checks.
I hope he's back next year.
Yeah, he back checks. He's not a European floater, guy that's just looking
Yeah,
to score
for
goals.
sure.
He's got a really decent game all around.
Yeah,
So that's a little, you never know what you're getting with the European, and you never seen, right? But you're like, okay, he had 17 goals, he can play, right?
but at
Like,
least he's played at the North American hockey
yes,
at this level, so
yeah,
we know
like I
that
said,
he's
he's
not coming in
decent.
here not knowing what's going on in North America. So
Yeah, right. So he's got that 1 year here. So, and obviously a second year that, he's taken his game to the next level. Maybe not all offensively, but maybe he's rounded out his game this year, right?
yeah, for sure.
So,
Know what they know what to expect if he comes back next year.
yeah, I think he's definitely should be back if they can keep him here. So,
Okay, next category, underrated, most underrated, and that goes to Jay Eglin for the second year in a row. He ended up with 5 firsts, 1 second, and 4 third place votes. Dayton Deschamps was second with 14 points with 1 first, 5 seconds, and a third. Karimov ended up with 4 firsts and a third. So those are our top 3 guys. 15 guys got votes as well. So
yeah, I think Eglin again. Like he's just such a hard worker. He doesn't. I don't know. I don't want to say he doesn't get the praise he deserves, but I think he gets. Yeah, he
and he
does a
was the
lot.
team's unsung hero. So basically, what we
Yeah,
our 16 people voted on. So
yeah,
I think he deserves it. He shows flashes. His offensive game kind of. I was hoping for a little more offensive from him,
yeah,
but I think that'll come.
yeah.
I'm impressed with his overall game.
Yeah, 100%.
So
He kills penalties. He's blocking
yeah.
shots. He's doing all the dirty work, right? Like, so.
Okay, most improved player. First place went to Zachary Lansard with 4 firsts, 2 seconds, and a third for 17 points. Second place, Keats Fawcett had a first, 2 seconds, and 3 thirds, and Efra McNutt had a first, 2 seconds, and a third. And this one also had 17 players get votes. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of all over the place with some of these awards.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, people see different things, right? Like,
And
it's,
out of those 17, 11 guys got first place votes.
yeah, right. So, I mean, Lansard, you go from
Sorry,
7 goals.
12.
12. Lansard, you go from 7 goals to 24, like as a 16 to 17-year-old. That's a pretty
Yeah.
big jump, right?
Huge
50,
improvement.
56 points. He was right there at the top of this, the point totals for the team, right? And then yeah, like you said, you can go look at a guy like, I don't know, like say Cone or something. Like obviously he got some votes, right? Like a guy that you know nothing about, he comes in and you can just see his game progress. Or a Wagner, a young guy that started to play a lot in the second half.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right? So yeah, so it's kind of wide open for interpretation, but yeah.
Okay, next up, rookie or first year player. And like we said, we purposely tried to not have Schultz and Pugh added because they're APs. We wanted to have like the guys that are full-time players.
Yeah.
Not saying that Maddox probably, if we would have had the full legit vote and he would have been involved, he probably would have won. I'm not joking.
No,
he probably would have won.
Yeah.
But we left it open for first year guys, not just rookies, but we had Karimo was eligible, Miet was eligible, so it was open for all those guys.
Yeah, because
And
they are designated rookies on the site, like Miet being 19.
technically they are rookies in this league. So
yeah.
And the winner is Mathis Paul with 4 firsts, 2 seconds, and 3 thirds. He had 19 points. Second place kind of surprised me to a point, but didn't because he was injured for a bit of the time, and he was the backup. And Taylor Tabashnik got 2 seconds for 2 firsts, 4 seconds, and 2 thirds for 16 points. And then Karimov tied with Miet with 14 points. So,
I mean,
it was close.
Yeah. And I mean,
like it went 19, 16, 14, 14, 12, 11. So it was close.
Yeah, Tabby, obviously, I don't want to say recency bias, but obviously he's played a lot lately. there was that PA game, and his obviously playing a lot more here. His game has been pretty good, and so yeah, like you said, not too surprised, but not too surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, moving on to defenseman of the year. This was a close one. Ephraim McNutt ended up with 10 first place, 4 seconds and a third for 39 points. Second place was Reese Hamilton with 5 firsts and 10 seconds. So there's 4 points between the two. And Bridgman ended up in third with the first, the second, and 4 thirds for 9 points. So it was McNutt, Hamilton, and then everybody else.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty explanatory. Your top two D men, top pairing, right? So
Yeah. And it wouldn't have shocked me if it would have went either way.
either way, yeah. So yeah, they were both pretty solid. McNutt obviously putting up a few more points, but
Yeah, McNutt was more offensive. Hamilton seemed to be more rounded out. So
yeah, right, yeah.
okay, top forward. This one didn't surprise me, but it kind of surprised me. The amount of points between first and second. Keats Fawcett, forward of the year with 9 firsts, 6 seconds, and a third for 40 points. Caden Brown, second place with 4 firsts, 5 seconds, 6 thirds for 28 points. And then Lansard with 2 firsts, 3 seconds, and 7 thirds for 19 points.
Yeah, right. I mean, all three of those guys could have been top forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brown and Fawcett, the older guys, but Lansard, I mean, 24 points. Like I said before, he was right there at 56
At the 24 goals, it's
he was 5 points behind Brown. Like that's I know he had 24 goals, but like I didn't realize he was that close to Brown. Now that I'm looking at the point standings here at the end,
he wasn't close to Brown, but Brown the last little bit just wasn't putting up the
Yeah.
numbers. Unfortunately,
He's had a little bit tough goal lately, but Lansard's
goal,
been
yeah.
scoring
Yeah.
a lot more lately.
Exactly.
So yeah,
And our last category, MOP, most outstanding player. This was a close one as well, with Keats Fawcett taking first place with 5 firsts, 3 seconds, and 3 thirds for 24 points. Merrick Schlenker finished second with 4 firsts, 5 seconds for 22 points. And Brown, he finished in third with 16 points. First, 4 seconds, and 5 thirds. And McNutt, I'll throw McNutt in there too because he had 3 firsts, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds for 15 points.
yeah. I mean, I thought when you told me the total, I thought maybe Lansard would be there a little closer. But I mean,
Yeah.
again, the older guys.
Lansard had he had 4 votes, 2 firsts, a second, and a third for 9
so
points.
you even got 2 votes out of 16 ballots, right? So
and 2 firsts, yeah. So,
but yeah, no, a little bit different from the Pats, like
Little bit.
usual it seems, but no, it was good. Yeah, thanks again, Kevin, for doing all the work, handing out those ballots, and
no problem.
getting it done. So
Got a few different people voting this year. Tried a couple different things.
Yeah,
We
try to find some
tried to
different
get
people.
some of the scratches to vote, and they did
Started.
partial ballots, so they're not included. I'm not going to mention names, but they're not included. Sorry, guys. Maybe if you would have finished the ballots, they'd be included. But I totally get where you didn't want to throw each other under the bus or
Yeah.
didn't want to put your name down 3 times in each category and stuff. But it was fun to see their enthusiasm for it, but then not finishing the ballots.
yeah. They were gung ho at first, but then
They probably thought it was too hard because it's not easy. Like
no, it isn't. Trying to think.
I couldn't imagine them trying to do it to vote for them to vote for their teammates or themselves. Like I couldn't imagine doing that. It was hard enough for me doing this.
Yeah.
Like this was harder than last year. Last year was, even though their team changed like twice during the season, this was tougher, I thought. But
Yeah, there's more viable options for each.
oh yeah, for sure.
most awards. So
And like I said, there was like with the forward, it could have easily been the top 3 guys.
yeah,
Defenseman, like I said, it could have been Hamilton or McNutt.
yeah,
Improved player, that's literally half the team because
yeah.
where were a lot of these guys last year? So same with like rookie, that one with
Again,
that one was
older eligible players.
Yeah, that one was kind of like, I didn't know what to expect, what not to expect.
People are going to go
but
with true rookie
yeah,
kind of thing.
I
so.
did my ballot without looking at any other of the ballots, so that's And someone, I don't know who it was, one of the people decided to throw a curveball and throw Jet Deschamps on there. So Jet got a vote. He played 3 games or whatever he
Yeah.
played, but he got a vote. So Jet, if you're listening, or anybody that knows Jet,
So, somebody was
you got
impressed
a
by your
vote. You
game.
got a third. You got a third place vote. And
Yeah.
like underrated, like I said, there was 15 players got votes.
Yeah.
Surprise, 20 guys got votes. So like
Hmm.
there was a lot of unknown commodities this year because we weren't sure how they're going to be, and a lot turned out really well. A lot probably not as well as they were hoping, but hey, playoffs. We're
Yeah.
back in the dance.
That's
That's
all
all that
matters,
matters
right?
to me.
We're back in.
Back in the
Um,
dance.
yeah, like we kind of alluded to at the start here, kind of chat about these playoffs, and it's unfortunate we're getting Medicine Hat, but like I said,
Medicine Hat or PA?
I don't think the outcome would have been any different, but I think, I mean, outcome would have been, or these games would be a little more palatable, I think, against PA. Maybe they got another level. They just, and like Daryl talked, asked Brad, and he asked, a couple of guys, what, kind of what's your thinking if you do play PA, if you do Medicine Hat, and I can't remember who it was, but they're like, yeah, we can play with PA, and they I don't want to say they were resigned to the fact that Medicine Hat's going to not be great, but I think there was a little more enthusiasm with playing PA from the players. But
Yeah. I would have preferred to lose to Curtis Hunt and Willie Desjardins, but whatever. Get the 4 playoff games for sure. Hey, maybe there's an upset in there. One can hope. One can hope.
yeah,
Probably not, but I'm hoping that they'll steal one.
if it was PA, I could see 5 games for sure. But Medicine Hat, I have a tough time even thinking it can go 5. Unfortunately, not that I don't have any faith in these guys at all, but like Medicine Hat is just a different beast. Like,
Yes, I know, but I'm throwing out
yeah,
the best case scenario.
yeah,
But
no, for sure,
I don't see it. I really don't see it going past the 4. But
no,
they
and
got to
like,
play the games.
yep, 100%. And I mean, PA had a better record. Like,
Yeah.
even though Medicine Hat's so good, PA still
See,
had the better record.
all it takes though is an injury, and that could sway things one way or the other, right?
They need like 3 injuries
Well, no, but
on Medicine Hat's side.
like Madison Nat loses the wrong guy, wrecks the chemistry. Well, they're so deep.
I know, right? Like,
They're unbelievably deep. But the playoffs, it's everybody starts at 0, so
yeah, I know,
we'll see
right?
how it goes.
Okay, say Pickford goes out, 40 some goals. Well, Wu steps in with his 29 as a defenseman. Like, geez, like what else you got back there? Like I
Yeah,
said, McCann,
exactly.
their third line center's got 25. Like,
He was playing 4th line minutes.
their fourth line. Yeah, right. Wu was playing center. He said, who Dante mentioned it in one of the last games. He was playing between the rucks. So,
Yeah, they had him playing on the forward. I think they was trying to get him the 30th goal, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that was what they were trying to do.
so, but yeah, and then PA, like, I don't want to say they don't have any named guys, but like they have a complete team, right?
They're
Like,
they're a different style of team.
yeah, 100%.
They're not gonna completely run you through the walls and score 11 goals on you every game.
They have the
But
ability, but
they can, but they don't have to usually because they only
no,
allow a couple goals a game.
yeah, right.
So
Like, how many goals?
Madison Nat could just, if you score 3 against Madison Nat, they'll score 6.
Mhm.
That's just
Yeah,
how
like
it goes.
PA gave up 40 goals less than Medicine Hat did, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, and they scored 38 less, but
Mm-hmm.
so they have a similar ratio, but PA just isn't the running gun, right? So,
Nope.
and then you look at the special teams; they're pretty similar, right? PA's at 28% on the power play, and Medicine Hat's 32, right? Like, those are the top 2 in. Oh no, Calgary's there 31. So 2 of the top 3 in the East, but yeah,
Calgary got smoked today too.
yeah, I saw that.
Last game of the season.
Edmonton whooped them.
7-1.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know
But
what
hey,
else.
we're in the playoffs.
That's all matters. Yeah, get some experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4 games and a quick exit, unfortunately, but Hey, it's,
Here's
that's why
hoping
we,
though that they'll make it 5.
yeah. I mean, that's why you play the games to get to the playoffs. And
Like I said, everybody's at 0 coming to the playoffs. So
mhm. Anything else with this series you want to
no,
touch on? You want to any thoughts generally in the Eastern Conference or league as a whole?
no, it's kind of interesting how it came down to the last day for both conferences,
Yeah.
or last 2 days or whatever it was. But
Hmm.
it's crazy how close the races were for 7, 8, 9 in our conference, and what was it, 7, 8, 9?
As well. Yeah.
Yeah, 7, 8. Well, 6, 7, 8, 9 down there or out there.
Yeah. Spokane was right there as well.
Yeah,
But, and then you even look Kamloops, they were only a point ahead of Spokane.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, Victoria was the odd team out. They only picked up 1 point in their last 3 games, unfortunately. So they were the odd team out, and Portland picked up 3 points in their last 2 games. And Seattle had a little bit of a run, 4-0-1, to guarantee themselves
yet to solidify the
the
spot.
7th spot. So, but yeah, like I said, it was a tight race on both sides. Could have had a tiebreaker game in both conferences. That would have been wild.
Yeah,
Right?
but I think the league kind of sort of wanted that, the way they were
Pumping.
pumping it up, and
Yeah. We
ended up
didn't
not
want that.
happening.
Definitely
I
did not
didn't
want
want
that.
that. I didn't
No.
want the one game
No.
playoff. I don't like those,
No. Yeah, exactly.
especially if it would have been against Moose Jaw. It would have been really
I know.
really bad.
Exactly. One
It's going to be
thing,
interesting. Everett finishing first goes against Portland.
Portland, yeah.
There's a bunch of points difference, but Everett has had issues
Struggles.
being
Yeah.
first. So we'll see how that series goes. See if Portland
Yeah.
can pull off an upset. Probably not.
Hey,
It'll be
it was
interesting to see how Penticton does.
2 years ago Everett lost in the first round
I think it was 2, yeah, 2 or 3,
because
yeah.
they made it to the second round last year and then they lost, being the first overall.
Yeah.
They weren't first overall 2 years ago, but they were still, I think, first in at least the West. Or I mean,
Yeah.
if not just the U.S. division, I can't remember, but yeah, they were yeah. So
It'll be
but yeah,
interesting to see
Penticton.
Penticton. They're playing Seattle, so Seattle's gonna smash and crash. See how that'll be an interesting series, I think. The old Penticton V's, the old news
And
and
then you got Kelowna Kamloops, rivals in the first round.
first round. See what Kelowna does. Play the Memorial Cup hosts. First round exit.
We'll see. Right? You never know. Kamloops is right there, right? They're not too far
Yeah.
behind Kelowna. But yeah, that's kind of a key matchup there. Iginla versus Hurlburt, right? Like two key guys, right,
Oh
on
yeah.
each team there, both scoring machines. Hurlburt
Yes,
had like
sir.
a hat trick right at the end of the season here too.
Mhm.
Like, what did he end up with goal wise? 42 and 97 in a full season.
Yeah.
That's impressive. First year guy, 17-year-old, right? Like, and then we were talking about Ginla a couple shows ago. Like, he hasn't played very many games, but 41 and 49 for 90 and 48 games, right? That's two a
What's
game.
what's crazy is that Marcus and Liam Ruck finished first and second in the league in scoring.
Is it though? Is it crazy that they finished
Kind
first and
of.
second?
They're 17,
Okay, they're
but they're
17, yes.
17. They're 17. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But look how many of these older guys left, right? Some of these old guys that left that
Yeah,
would have been
that's
up
true.
there.
That's
But
true.
I mean, and they play
Oh
together
yeah.
too, so it's not surprising that they're both together wherever they were that way. But
Yeah.
yes, at the top of the standings, and then Cameron Schmidt, he got his 50 and 51st goal, I think today, to crack that 50 mark. The only guy that cracked 50 goals and 100 points.
Yeah, he had
S-
7 goals in the last 4 games.
oh, jeez. Yeah, he had a hat trick. That's right. He had a hat trick, and then I think he had 2 tonight.
Yeah, he had 2 today. Yeah.
Yeah, a hat trick last night, maybe.
It's crazy that 3 of the top 4 scorers in the league are 17 and Schmidt's 18.
Yeah,
The top
but
4 scorers are 18 and under.
you think of like right up there. Who else? I'm trying to think who else left that would have been up there, but He's, you know,
McKenna,
oh yeah,
Reshny,
um,
Cole
uh,
Reshny for sure.
yeah, that McKenna guy. I forgot about
Ryder
him.
Ritchie,
Ryder Ritchie,
Lidstrom.
Lidstrom. Imagine if Medicine had one of those guys.
Oh man, no, no.
Or two or three. Like
Oh, don't even go
imagine
there.
that. Imagine that if they had all three of those guys. Like the NCAA thing didn't happen this year, right? Would they have lost a game? They just would have won every game 10 goals. They would have scored
There
10.
might have been an upset here or there,
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
I'm
it would have been craziness.
that,
And-
and they still, I don't know, still got the shaft on the Memorial Cup. Like
yeah.
they still got shafted.
Pickford finished with 45 and
45,
55. 45 and 55 for a defenseman.
45 as a defenseman. That's
Tied
unreal.
for second in the league in scoring. Goal scoring. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
goal scoring,
83
yeah.
points.
That's, oh man, that's wild.
That's insanity. And then like you said, Wu had 29. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, that's wild.
Yeah, that is. But yeah. Oh, one other thing I was gonna say, looking at the standings, Tri City, man, they had a pretty good first half, and they just fell off the cliff. Like
Oh yes.
they ended up with 26 wins, so they actually had a win more than the Pats did. But they had, I think, 18 wins, and we figured out with their first like 30 games.
Something like that. It was 18
And
and they would like 18 and 5 in the first 23 or something like that.
yeah, there you go.
Because they had a
And
12-game winning streak. They won. They had 12-game winning streak, then like a 4-game winning streak or 5-game winning streak. It's just like,
yeah,
and just fell off a cliff at the end.
yeah, we just kind of we seen a tweet from somewhere, and they're like, Tri City's like, yeah, they just fell off a cliff, and I was like, didn't they win like 10 in a row? And sure enough, they won 12 early
They had
in the
12
season.
wins
Yeah,
in a row, yeah, right at the beginning.
but yeah, anything else you got? We should get out of here soon and
Um,
talk about playoff hockey next show.
Playoffs. It might not be pretty. Probably
No.
won't be pretty, but playoffs. I'm happy. There's at least 2 more home games.
Yeah.
Get to go see Brent Kaminsky, the MVP of the VIP, the coolest dude ever. If he's listening, I'm sure he doesn't listen, but he's such a cool guy. I love
Yeah,
that guy.
what a
His
great
wife
guy.
Donna with the sweet treats.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing family.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you got nothing else?
Nah, we've talked a little bit too much already, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks again to all our award balloters. Thanks for taking the time and putting in the effort there. Appreciate that. So yeah, we'll talk about playoffs next show. See you then.
Playoffs. Playoffs. Let's go.